I'm John, the band medic from Engadine Music. Just going to give you a few simple instructions on how to assemble your clarinet for those who may have doing this for the first time or may have forgotten or just need a reminder. Okay, things we're going to need are a cloth to wipe fingers with. We're going to need a swab to clean the instrument. Obviously you're going to need your reed, preferably in a reed holder, and cork grease. There's tubs or there's tubes. We prefer these lipstick style tubes, a bit easy to use. And I'm just going to rotate that to expose a little bit of the cork reed. Okay, so we're going to open the case carefully, making sure the lid is on the top so that the case opens correctly. Then we're going to pick up the two main joints, and there's 3 corks on those 2 joints. We're going to apply just a little bit of cork grease on 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to use my finger just to wipe around on those to make sure it gets complete coverage. The important thing with those corks is they need to stay slippery, so at all times they should be slippery. Sometimes when it's hot weather you'll need to put on it every time you play it, just so those joints slide together rather than rub. Okay, once we've got those 3 corks done, I'm going to put the instrument down. I'm going to pick up my mouthpiece, take the ligature off. Same thing, I'm going to apply a bit of cork grease around that, rub it around with my finger, and then we're done with the cork grease for the moment. So I can actually take my cloth and just wipe my fingers clean of that cork grease. Okay, now we're going to go next step and assemble the 2 main joints. The 2 main joints have got a piece called the bridge piece, and you need to find the keys that activate that. In this particular case I'm going to use those ones, and with a gentle twisting motion like that, so that bridge then sits down on top of that. I can rotate that slightly so those keys are all in a straight line, and then that section's good to go. We're going to take now the bell, this section, same thing, gentle twisting motion on. One thing to check as you're doing these sections is to make sure that the corks are looking okay. If they're tattered or if they're worn through, it will need to go into Engadine Music for a service. Okay, the barrel fits on the end, can only fit one way, so let's just gently twist that in. And then we get to the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece, which is now greased, will slide in. And again, we try and keep the alignment so that this register key there and the opening on the mouthpiece are directly in line. Reed we carefully take out of the reed holder, remembering it's got a very fragile thin end, and we're going to place that on the mouthpiece on the flat section so it just crowns over the top, so you can just see it peeking over the top of the edge of the mouthpiece. That's the correct location. Carefully locating the ligature on top. Now we only need to tighten that ligature enough to keep that reed from sliding out. We don't want to over tighten it, so I'm only going to pinch it up a little bit there, even a little bit looser on that top one, just enough so that reed is not going to move. Once that's in position, we should be ready to play. That reed will play better as it becomes a bit moist. It's a bit squeaky at the beginning, but they do improve with a little bit of playing. Okay, once we've finished playing, same thing, we reverse the procedure. We're going to take the reed and the mouthpiece off. And before we go any further, we're going to make sure we give a little clean to that mouthpiece, because there'll be a fair bit of moisture inside that after a session of playing. We can actually put that paper towel inside there and dry the inside so that stays nice and clean. We can drop that into its appropriate section. Usually you slide the ligature back over the top so it's located together. The reed, on the other hand, we wipe carefully towards the thin end, wiping it nice and dry, and then putting it back in its reed case. If you don't take the reed off and dry, it does get a bit mouldy. So that's always a wise habit to get into. If you have an instrument stand, of course, now you can put the rest of your instrument on the stand, just cover it with a light cloth to stop dust getting in it. Alternately, if you're going to put it back in its case, we gently twist the sections off, put them in their appropriate compartments, out, and the barrel. Now, the swab comes into play here because there's various different types of swabs, but we like these ones that you drop through because that gives a very thorough cleaning to the inside. Again, they're all available from Engadine Music if you haven't got one, and that wipes the inside of that instrument out very nicely. We repeat that for each of the different sections. When you're finished, if there's a compartment for your swab, by all means put it in there, unwind your cork grease or retract it so it goes back in the case. If you haven't got a compartment inside your case to accommodate that, don't put the cloth and things on top of the instrument because there's a big chance when you close the lid that you're going to crush that. Okay, so that's it. If that cloth that you're using as a swab becomes too dirty, just ask Mum or Dad to put it in the wash so it's good and nice and clean to use next time. Once you're done, make sure it's locked up securely and then you're good to go. See you next time.